Yeah, I know, I'm due for a haircut, but this video isn't about that. Halo Campaign Evolved released with mixed reviews, and rightfully so. There are things that the game has improved upon being a remake, but there are also issues that aren't big, but when you combine all of them, they really affect your experience of the game. And as a Halo fan, I think my opinion on this should matter. Also, what are you gonna do? Click off the video? Please don't do that. Let's talk about the pricing first. As someone who likes to own his games, getting the game on Game Pass was a big no-no for me until I saw the price, and then I immediately subscribed on Game Pass. The base game, which is just the campaign, is 5,000 rupees. Okay, and the premium version, which includes a bunch of useless skins and early access, is 7,000 rupees. Where is the regional pricing? And one would argue that maybe they forgot to add India. Maybe they forgot India exists. I don't think they did. Because in their global release schedule, New Delhi time zone is mentioned. What is up with that? And is Microsoft like any other company that forgot or doesn't care if they have audiences outside America or Europe? Well, then if they don't care, then I'm sure they also wouldn't care if I pirate their games. I'm not encouraging piracy, by the way. For once, let's ignore the price tag. We are getting a remake of one of the best games. So it's safe to assume that this is a complete package, the definitive edition. This is how one should experience Halo. No, actually, this is an unfinished product. It's missing the whole multiplayer game that the original had. And if you're on PC, then you also don't have local co op. Because apparently, PC players don't have real life friends. And I can't help but say that this is an unnecessary remake through and through. As much as people like to say that 343 Industries is incapable of making a good Halo game, and sometimes I agree with them, I did enjoy Halo Infinite, even with all its issues, both single player and the multiplayer. So adding a multiplayer in Campaign Evolved would have been a great way to, bring back that old player base. But you can't, because the only way you can play the Halo multiplayer is either through Halo Infinite or the Master Chief Collection. Both of them have a dying player base. With the remake, they had that opportunity to bring Halo back to life. I looked at the player count for Halo Campaign Evolved, and it's very disappointing because this the Halo's legacy? 25,000 peak player count. I didn't even know the Campaign Evolved release because there was no marketing. You know how I found out? Through Twitter. When people were talking about how the game got cracked 5 days before its actual release. There were no trailers, there were no marketing, nothing. I'm sure people didn't even know that the game got released. And what happened to the live action trailers? The VR ODST trailer for Halo 3 ODST still lives rent free in my mind. Just take a look at this trailer. This is enough to hype anyone for the game. What happened to Halo, man? At this point, it's just sad what Halo has become. Now that I'm already paced, let's compare the player count for Halo Campaign Evolved to another remake that released this year. I would say released almost same month, maybe a month ago. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Resynced. And take a look at these numbers. I don't know where I'm pointing, but hopefully I edit it correctly. 4 times. 4 fucking times. Black Flag's player count is 4 times to that of Halo Campaign Evolved. Fuck! I'm not even mad at the game. I'm mad at Xbox and Microsoft and how they handled the marketing. Because in my opinion, the game is not bad. Like I said, Halo Campaign Evolved is not a bad game. Yes, it has its issues, and I will talk about them soon. But I really enjoyed the game. The gunplay and the combat it's chef's skills. I can't believe I enjoyed it this much. It felt a mix of Halo Infinite and the original Halo Campaign Evolved. They added the ability to sprint in this game, and I, I really loved it actually. It changed the combat for me when compared to the original because now it felt more fast paced, even though the speed of Master Chief in the original game and in this game is almost the same. But with sprinting, I was able to run and gun my way through most of the levels. Like I said, Master Chief feels faster in this game, and maybe because of that, the enemy AI is not able to track him. This gets worse because the enemy AI in this game is very dumb compared to the original. The elites don't move out of the way or get into cover or hop around to avoid gunfire. Instead, they just tank all your hits. While in the original, they used to move around and even hide behind the rock sometimes to throw you off.
I'm after Good one! Careful! Look sharp! Covenant dropship on approach! I could use some help over here!
The assault rifle also feels way too powerful in this game, and with the addition of aiming down the side, there is really no need of a magnum or a sniper rifle. And speaking of sniper rifles, I don't know if it was a bug or this was how the game was designed, but for the 80% of the game, I couldn't find any sniper rifles, any battle rifles, or the needle rifle of Covenant. It felt like they forgot to add those guns in the game. They were there in the bonus missions, yes, but not in the main game. And because of that, the assault rifle ended up being my main weapon throughout the entire game. And the bazooka or the big gun. I think those hunters use. I forgot the name. Health packs were also removed in the remake, and while I understand that modern shooters don't really have anything like health packs, this, however, made the game a little too easy, even on heroic. Since now I can just sprint back to an area, wait for my health and shield to regenerate, and then go back and fight Covenant. Unlike in the original, where every move I make, I have to make sure I don't expose myself too much. The game tends to handhold you a lot as well. In the mission Halo, where you're supposed to rescue Marines from 3 different locations, the remake removes the sense of exploration by adding objective markers. In the original, the hints for the locations were shown to you via these blue lights on the ground. And in the remake, while the blue lights are still there, the objective markers make sure that you don't explore anything and beeline straight to the objective. There is another instance similar to this in the Mission 2 Betrayals, when instead of telling you to get into a Banshee to reach the higher ground, the game pinpoints the location of Banshee with an objective marker. And this is an example of how the Halo campaign evolved is a victim of AAA mindset. The devs treat their players like children. They think even a little challenge might make them drop the game. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of us used to play these games as kids. And this might come as a surprise, but a lot of us also completed these games without any help. It's unrelated, but this is one of the reasons why I feel like the current PlayStation games, the exclusives, they're a bit too safe. Like, they have traded accessibility with good game design. It's like dangling keys in front of a kid. Like, oh, here's another dialogue. Here's another objective marker. Just let us figure it out, man. I'm saying all this because after playing Campaign Evolved, I went back and replayed the original Halo Combat Evolved. And the difference in gameplay is pretty noticeable. Visually, the game looks very good. I think the library and the 343 Guilty Sparks footage section are easily the highlight of the game for me. But since it's made in Unreal Engine, there are a lot of performance issues. And adding to it that you can't turn off the film grain or the chromatic aberration, both of them results in this weird blurriness throughout the entire game. I'm personally not a fan of Unreal Engine since usually it's very hard to work with and it tanks the game's performance no matter what. I would have preferred if they could have gone with their in-house engine, Space, uh, but we know how things went with that. Before I move to talk about things that can't be fixed, I want to talk about the issues and the various bugs that still can be fixed for the game. Let's start from the beginning. Tutorials. I don't need tutorials since I'm a pro gamer. But still, it's a game's job to show me tutorials. And for some reason, I didn't get a single tutorial. Well, I did get one, but it was almost at the end of the game. In the beginning, there's a part where you have to use your torch to navigate through a maintenance shaft, but since I didn't get a tutorial, I was walking in blind. And yes, I could have, went to the settings and, search for the controls. I just got lazy. Also, it wasn't that hard to navigate. Another bug I faced was with the Warthog. In the original, the way you turn the Warthog is aim based. The vehicle turns in the direction your mouse is pointing at. In the remake, that was bugged for me. The control, even though showed aim based in the settings, didn't actually work for me, and I was basically forced to use the WASD throughout the game. I tried to change the settings like I thought I might be misremembering or I tripping or something, but no, it was set to aim based. And guess when did it start working again? At the end, during the final Warthog run. Okay, so now you're showing me tutorials, huh? And it's now working aim based as well. What the fuck is wrong with this game? The marine pathfinding was also broken. When you get in the Warthog, one marine is supposed to sit in the passenger seat with you, but for me they never did. So it was just me and the gunner guy. There's barely any background music sometimes. Like in one of the bonus missions when you're flying the Seraph, I think some background music would have been nice to hype it up. But there was barely any. And this I noticed throughout the rest of the game as well. The characters also sometimes vanishes, so their line of dialogue never happens.
Lieutenant, I know Spartans and Helljumpers have a history, but no matter what's happened in the past, we're on the same side in this war.
We can't change where we come from. Only what we become.
Swapping a weapon also became a pain in the ass because the game decided to ignore where I'm pointing at. Give me the rifle. Oh shit. क्या है ये? Thank you. Also, a charged plasma pistol can now one-shot Master Chief. That's fucking great, isn't it? Now, coming to the actual stuff that they changed in the remake, and contrary to the popular opinion being Twitter, I actually don't mind a lot of things that they changed. Instead, I would say that some things weren't bad. They were unnecessary. Like, what the hell did they do to Sergeant Johnson? Why does he look like Steve Harvey on Ozempic? Why does he break the fourth wall in initial cutscene?
You heard the lady. Move like you got a purpose.
Why? Why is he looking at me? The soldiers are behind him. While going through other people's gameplay, I noticed something. Depending on your difficulty, the initial speech that Johnson gives changes. Since I played on Heroic, my cutscene was different than the one in Legendary. Okay, I appreciate, that they went out of their way to add three different speeches for different difficulties, but where is the sense of urgency in any of these cutscenes? I don't think you have enough time to give a speech when an alien race is on your doorstep to kill you. Some of these cutscenes are also long for no reason. Take a look at this. Instead of cutting when Johnson finishes his line, it goes on for another 5 seconds, which makes it look very weird.
Man, keep your eyes downrange, fingers on the triggers, and we'll all go home in one piece.
Or this one, when Master Chief and Cortana escape Halo, and it cuts to them just sitting there awkwardly for 5 seconds. .343 added 3 new missions that are supposedly prequel to the main game. And why? Why are they here? Because after playing them, I can definitely say I failed to see the point. They add nothing to the current game story, so them being there or not is the same thing. In fact, they only harm the entire game because of their weak level design and mischaracterization of Master Chief. Let's address the elephant in the room. Williams. Williams is a new character that they made specifically for these 3 new bonus missions. And if their intentions was for us to hate this character, then they did a pretty good job. Because from the beginning, she's an asshole to Master Chief for no valid reason.
Robbins, take the team and give me a perimeter check.
You don't seem as impressed as the rest of your crew.
No, Sergeant Major, I'm not. Takes more than fancy armor and a good PR campaign to impress me.
I googled this because I didn't know, but in the game's lore, the ODSTs, that is Williams, hate the Spartans, that's Master Chief. Because before Spartans, the ODSTs were the heroes of the war, and after Spartans joined the war, they kind of stole the limelight from ODSTs. Come on, man. It's okay if you don't like Spartans, but when you're in the middle of enemy territory, hating someone just because you're not that famous anymore should be the least of your concern.
Not bad, Spartan. I'm almost starting to believe the propaganda.
And I get it, okay? They want Williams to be this strong, badass female character that stands up to Master Chief. But, like, you don't have to punch down on Chief just to make Williams look strong. This, in my opinion, is weak writing. Let me give you some examples. Kaine from Nier, Melia from Xenoblade, Hulkenberg from Metaphor, Lune from Expedition 33. All of them are badass female characters in their game, and they are side characters, not main characters. I can name a lot of strong female leads too, but they are side characters like Williams. And if you're like, oh well, Williams don't have a lot of screen time, so they can't develop a character, then don't. Don't make her an asshole. If you can't write a character, then simply don't. Don't half-ass things just because you have to mark it off on a checklist. And let's not forget Kat from Halo Reach or Miranda Keys from Halo 2. Both of them are very well written female characters in Halo. You know, Miranda Keys had all the rights to hate Master Chief because, in a way, Master Chief failed to save her father, Captain Keys, in Halo 1. But she doesn't because she knows what it takes to be a soldier and she takes her job as a commander seriously. This is how you write a good female character. And wait, there's more because the new cutscenes that they added are they are not good. Okay, take a look at this. The bad guy comes and he starts introducing everyone while Master Chief just stands there and watch him. Why are all of them just standing in line like they finished a game of Marvel Rivals? Why is the elite hitting a greedy? And why is Master Chief just standing there? Why are they just standing there? Shoot each other. They turned Master Chief into your average AAA protagonist who has to say a quirky one-liner after every section.
We keep quiet and play our cards right, we'll be in, out, and back by dinner.
You're always hungry.
Damn right I am. Ready for our dramatic entrance?
It's the only kind I know.
Master Chief is Master Chief. He doesn't talk much. Cortana talks for him. And since Cortana is not there, they turned him into Nathan Drake. The relationship of Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson is also weird in this mission. They talk like they have known each other for a while because of how much small talk they do when not in combat.
When we get out of here, I'll personally get a medal on your chest. Night out on the town.
Is that a threat,
Keep it
Sergeant
up.
Major?
Alright, just gonna hurt my feelings, huh? I'll see how it is.
And you know, you would think that, okay, what's weird in that? If you play the main game after this, when Master Chief lands on Halo, Sergeant Johnson calls him Sir. What is up with that? If they know each other so well in the prequel missions, why is Johnson calling him Sir now?
Good to see you, sir. I thought we were the only ones who made it off the Pillar of Autumn.
Good to see you, sir. Welcome to the party.
It's a mess, sir. We're scattered all over this valley. We called for evac, but until you showed up, I thought we were cooked.
Don't worry, Sergeant. We'll stay here until evac arrives.
The bonus missions are clearly the weakest part of the game. However, I did like the Seraph flying part in the third mission since that reminded me of Halo Reach. So, good job, I guess. The thing is, if you're remaking Halo Combat Evolved, then you have to modernize it for today's audience. And they did in a sense, but only in terms of gameplay and how the game handholds you. The second one is not a good thing. And I'll say it again, the game is not bad. It is fun. The gameplay is fun. It feels fast-paced compared to the original. So 343 or Halo Studios, they did a great job with that. But for the rest of the game, I would have loved them to see rework or modernize Truth and Reconciliation or Assault on the Control Room, two of my least favorite missions in Halo. Because what they did in 343 Guilty Spark and the library is pretty good, and I like the direction it went in. They did rework the colors of inside of the Covenant ship. but they made it way too purple. Like, I think you can find every shade of purple in here. The voice acting also takes a nosedive sometimes. It's not bad, I want to make that clear, since mostly it's the same voice actors, but their delivery sometimes feels a little eh. I don't mind it personally, but if you compare it to the original, you will notice in how they deliver the lines. See, the original Halo was special because at the time of its release, it was one of a kind. There was nothing like it. That's why it got so popular. A remake should try to capture that feeling of what made the original so special. And 343, or again Halo Studios, I think they did a very okay-ish job. Now, should you buy Halo Campaign Evolved? Yes, but not right now. I think for what it's offering does not justify its price. So wait for a sale. Hopefully by that time they fix up all the issues or the bugs that I mentioned and pick it up then. And please don't buy the premium version. Like, don't even think about it. If you're someone who has never played a Halo game because it looks old or it doesn't look good, then Campaign Evolved is I think a great way to get into Halo. It's not the best, but it's a start. And if you're someone like me who has been playing Halo for years, then unfortunately this game is not for us. You can play this game or you can boot up Master Chief Collection, because among the many flaws that this game has, it did make me want to replay all of Halo. So that's a good thing, right? That's all for this video. I know I'm very late uploading this video. So as an apology, instead of the usual outro song, it will be me singing the Halo theme song, which I actually did when I first boot up the game. So enjoy that. Also, this video's video game recommendation is Hotline Miami 1 and 2. Both of them are great games and they go on sale. They're very cheap when they go on sale. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Bye bye. The elites don't move. What? 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 What?